All right, good evening. Welcome to Gila Community College 2017 commencement ceremony. Please rise as we honor our graduates. Please remain standing as our governing board member, Sam Moorhead, leads us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for the invocation by Cindy Fisher-Smith.
Let us pray. O God, who calls us out of ourselves into new territories of life, who swirls through our lives the freshening breezes of knowledge, we ask that you bless all these who perch on the borders of their own new territories, who have wrestled with their studies into the small hours of the night, and now stand here with pride in their accomplishment. Confirm in them their gifts. Send challenges that will draw them onward. Fill them with continued joy of discovery, and strengthen them with able confidence in their abilities. And go with them from this place, we pray, that they may walk gently through the world and know its beauty all the days of their lives. Amen.
Please be seated. At this time, it is my pleasure to welcome Gila Community College Governing Board President, Mr. Jay Spehard.
Okay, thank you, Dean Burke. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct pleasure and privilege to welcome each and every one of you to the 2017 Gila Community College commencement exercise. On behalf of the Gila Community College Governing Board, I would like to congratulate the class of 2017. Families, friends, faculty, staff, I congratulate each of you as well, for your dedication to these students has made their special day possible. Seated behind me, stage right on my left, are faculty members, and on my right, stage left, community leaders, each of whom has played a key and critical role in the success of the class of 2017. Please join me as I ask the faculty members of Gila Community College to rise. It's your cue, folks. Rise. Thank you. Please join me in extending a warm applause to these folks who are so dedicated to the students of Gila Community College. Right. All right. And there are a couple of people I want to recognize in particular, beginning with Senior Dean of Gila Community College, Dr. Steve Cullen. The Dean of the San Carlos and Gila Pueblo campuses, Dean Patricia Burke. And a special guest who's joined us from Eastern Arizona College this evening, Dr. Philip McBride, the Dean of Instruction for EAC. Dr. McBride. Over here, stage left, we have in the front row my colleagues, of whom I'm very proud, the governing board members. First, Dr. Jan Brocker, the Gila Community College Governing Board Secretary, Dr. Brocker. Longest serving member of the Gila Community College Board Member Samuel Moorhead. And the newest board member of the Gila Community College, Mr. Kurt Knaus. And finally in the front row, we have our favorite daughter, Armida Bittner. Past board member, past superintendent of public instruction for Gila County. Welcome, Armida. Thank you for joining us. We have two people with us this evening from the Cobra Valley Institute of Technology, critically important aspect of educating young people in Gila County. We have board president, Ms. Francine Benton, and board member Donna Roach. Now this next group, I want to say a bit about them before I introduce them. If it wasn't for them, many of the students at Gila Community College would not be able to attend. It is this group that provides the fundraising, the scholarships, makes financing available to students. And so I am speaking obviously of the Pinal Mountain Foundation for Higher Education, and we have with us this evening Mr. John O'Donnell, Dave Ballard, Christine Durbin, Greg Parasoff. Thank you one and all for the wonderful work you do. Okay, we have with us this evening District 2 Supervisor for Gila County, Mr. Tim Humphrey. Welcome, Tim. We have with us this evening Gila County District 3 Supervisor, Mr. Woody Klein. Welcome, Woody. From the Miami Unified School District, Dr. Sherry Dorothy. Welcome, Sherry. From the Cobra Valley Regional Medical Center, Roseanne Garcia. Welcome, Roseanne. From the Arizona Silverbelt, Sherry Davis. Welcome, Sherry. Chief Nick Brennan from the Tri-City Fire Department. Battalion Commander Bob Arthur, Tri-City Fire Department. Welcome, gentlemen. Chief Gary Robinson of the Globe Fire Department. Michael Peterson, fire instructor, Gila Community College. Welcome, Michael. And Burl Teague, fire instructor. Burl, welcome. From the family of great companies that we enjoy in Globe, Miami, representing the newest great company, Mr. Brian Seppala, Resolution Copper. Welcome, Brian. And then I have two special guests that I need to say a bit about because they've done above and beyond the call. Everyone up here did above and beyond the call, but these people took several steps further. The first one, Representative David Cook. Representative Cook. I want to tell you that Representative Cook accomplished something very special for this college district during the current term of the legislature. And that is, he succeeded where everyone, including me, had failed for 17 years to attain equitable and fair funding, workforce development funding for our students and for the taxpayers of this county. Absolutely remarkable feat by Representative Cook. We thank you very much. And then we have one other gentleman who was unable to join us tonight because he's on the road in far-flung corner of Arizona. His name is Corey Foster. He works at ADOT, and he provides programs through grant arrangements to community colleges and other organizations. I wanted to mention Mr. Foster this evening, ladies and gentlemen, because he has extended himself in the organization of ADOT to Gila Community College and purchased safety equipment and tool belts and other things essential for our students who are in welding, metal fabricating, building trades. So let's give him a round of applause in absentia this evening, Corey Foster at ADOT. Okay, that then begs the question, who did I forget? All right, looks like we did that okay. So we have two speakers for you this evening, ladies and gentlemen, both of them distinguished. The first is Dr. Nathan Klein. Dr. Klein has been the Associate Professor of Biology at Gila Community College since 2015. We're very fortunate to have him here. Dr. Klein's undergraduate degrees are from both The Ohio State University and Northern Arizona University in English and Biology, respectively. Dr. Klein earned both his master's degree and doctoral degree from Brigham Young University in wildland ecology. Dr. Klein has authored or co-authored numerous scientific publications and presentations ranging on topics from soil nutrition to restoring wildlands following wildland fire. Dr. Klein's wife, Hyla, is a native of Globe, and together they live in Globe with a wonderful family of 3 children. Please join me in giving a warm welcome to Dr. Nathan Klein. Dr. Klein, please.
Hello, how are you? I see lots of smiles, and that's a good thing. I am so grateful. Governing board, deans, friends, family, I have the opportunity today to address you, our previous students now, and I'm so excited to represent the faculty today in that process. To start, I want to tell you a little story. And this is a very special story to me, and I think you'll understand why. So, a couple years back, my wife, my oldest child, and I were walking down a path. It's a nature path, and I'm a biology instructor, so I love nature. And because we're on this path, and our little girl, she's just I don't know, 1.5 years old, 2 years old, something like that. She just learned how to walk. And if you've seen a toddler who's just learned to walk, they don't really walk. They kind of wobble, right? You know, one step and then one step, right? Okay. And so she's wobbling down this brick pathway. If you can imagine a brick pathway, tall, beautiful trees, birds chirping, nice mountain stream with flowing, cool, crisp water. And it's just a beautiful, surreal environment for me. And this little one is walking along, having a good old time exploring and trying to get away from her parents as fast as she can, okay? Anyway, so she's walking, and we come upon this alcove. And this alcove has a bench. And it sits on a compacted dirt layer right off the side of the trail, and she sees it. And if you've ever had a little one who sees a bench or something that they want to climb on, what do? They're gone, right? Well, as fast as she could take her little legs, she starts walking off to the side towards that bench. But there's this new thing in her path that she can't quite get by yet, and that is the dirt. She had never actually stepped on dirt before. Now, it's kind of funny thinking about that. You know, it's just dirt, right? But this little girl had never, ever stepped on dirt before. And so she stopped and she looked down and looked at that dirt. And then she looked up at me for guidance. And I said, go ahead. And then she looked down and she put her hand on the dirt, touched it. Okay, it's safe, right? She's kind of, all right, it's safe. She can touch it. And then she steps 1 foot over, kind of testing the ground. And then the other, she looks back up at me, making sure it's okay. And I'm like, okay, go ahead. And she stands there. She puts both feet on that dirt, looks up, big smile on her face, and looks at me with just, it was one of those smiles that just melts your heart type smile. Okay, you've seen those out of little kids, right? And she looked at me and she was so happy. And of course, I gave her a little round of applause and said, good job. And she went to that bench and she was gone. She was doing great. And so there was a few, why do I tell you that story? Well, I tell you that story because it stuck with me as one of those life learning experiences for the past several years. And there's kind of a little moral to that story that I want to explain. First of all, she learned. Second, she was extremely happy about how she learned. And you could see it in her face. And then 4, she looked to a mentor or looked for some guidance in order to help her through that process of learning just how to step on dirt, something so simple. And so that's what I'm going to talk about just for a few minutes, those 3 things. First of all, learning. You've learned, obviously, you've come to Gila Community College, you've learned, you've worked hard, and you can be happy about that. And you should be full of joy today for your accomplishments that you've achieved today. But guess what? I'd like to submit to you that your learning is not over. You have a lifelong amount of learning left to do. And as you're going forth in your profession, whether it's you're going to be writing or you're going to be putting out fires, you're going to be helping people with their medical needs or care, whatever those are, you need to continue to learn. And how do you do that? Well, you get up early in the morning or you stay up a little later at night and you read. You practice. You you get up and exercise. This is the most important tool you have. And so exercising, eating right, those are important things for you to take care of in order for you to progress and be successful in your given profession. So, of course, learning. We need to continue to learn throughout our lives. Second, I suggest be happy. Keep that smile on your face that you have today. When you go into work, keep that smile. When people ask you how you're doing, tell them, I'm doing great. I'm doing great. And why? Now I understand we're not always happy, right? Sometimes things happen and we're not always super happy about some of the challenges of life. But I submit to you that happiness is a choice. And if you can smile and say, I'm doing great, and have a positive attitude as much as humanly possible, that will be contagious. And your employers will love you for it. If you can have that positive attitude in your professions, you will be easy to work with. They will want to keep you and give you promotions and stuff like that. So, number 2, be happy, okay? Last thing I want to mention. Don't forget the things that matter most in life. And what are those things? Well, look around you. Who are these people who came to congratulate you today, to put their arms around you and have a great time with you in this celebration? Well, these are the people that matter. These interpersonal relationships that you have and are developing are what matter. Don't forget them. Just for a moment, think about the people in this room who are here to support you today. What did they do to support you? Did they give you financial help? Did they give you a hug when maybe you got a grade that you didn't like? Or did they just encourage you? Whatever that was, that's what matters in life. Those things matter in life. Now, hopefully you'll all leave here today and eventually get a job that helps you make a little more money than maybe you're making now, right? That's what we want, right? Can we get a nod out of that? Right? Okay. All right. But what really matters are the people, these interpersonal relationships we have in our life. And so when you get out of these doors here today, give them big hugs and say thank you. And they'll give you a big hug back, I'm sure. So that's it. That's all I have to say. But remember, continue learning. Just like my little girl, she was so excited about that step. Continue to be happy. Continue to keep that smile on your face. It will never, ever go away. And lastly, remember to pay attention to the people who matter most in your life. Congratulations. From all of us who have had the opportunity to teach you, we love you. It has been a pleasure. Congratulations. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Dr. Klein. Our next guest speaker, keynote speaker this evening, is Dr. Glenn Robison. Dr. Robison graduated from the California College of Pediatric Medicine in 1997. He completed his primary pediatric residency in the Black Hills Healthcare System and his pediatric surgical residency in Phoenix, Arizona. Dr. Robinson is a diplomat for American Board of Multiple Specialties in Podiatry. He is board certified in primary care and pediatric medicine. Dr. Robinson served a medical mission to the Kingdom of Tonga, and he is a frequent guest lecturer for various groups and organizations. Dr. Robinson has been serving the Globe Miami area for over 17 years. Dr. Robinson's interests outside of medicine include oil painting, photography, and reading of all kinds. Please welcome Dr. Glenn Robison.
Dean Colin, Dean Burke, distinguished board members, faculty, and special guests, family and friends, certificate recipients, and to most of you, the graduates of the class of 2017, it is an honor and privilege to be with you this evening. Thank you for allowing me to share in your major milestone of your life. It's an honor to be here. I remember when I was in your shoes, and graduation day was a great day as an anticipation. I had my car packed and I went to the graduation ceremony. But I peered in from the window and I watched the graduates walk into where they would be seated. And then I walked away, got in my car and drove off. What caused me to do that? What caused me not to walk in that graduation, especially when I spent so many hours studying, sleepless nights, when I had walked to school at 20 degrees below zero to get to my 7 o'clock class? There was a motive for my reason for not walking, so actually this is my first time I've actually been in a college graduate ceremony. But in order to understand that, I have to take you back to where it first began. I was raised in a little small town. My parents had 9 brothers and sisters. The house where I lived had 2 bedrooms and a bathroom, a black and white TV. And looking back on it, most of, there was not a college graduate from either one of my parents' side, my mom or dad. Most of my childhood was spent in the hospital because I suffered from a condition called asthma. I loved the outdoors, loved being in it, but it prevented me from doing a lot of things. So by about the age of 10, I started keeping a journal. And in that journal, I would record every time I get an asthma attack. I'd ride my bike to the next town and I'd record how long it took to get the asthma attack. I'd dribble a basketball on dirt roads and I'd record when that asthma attack happened. Certain foods that caused the asthma, and I'd record it. And it became something I would do throughout my high school years. When I became a junior in high school, you had to take this test called the ACT, okay? And I took that test. Well, I got called down to the counselor's office, who happened to be the football coach, who happened to be the vice principal, who happened to be 3 times bigger than me and the most feared man on campus. He said to me, "Glenn, you just got the lowest score in the state of Utah and the 5th lowest in the nation." He says, "Maybe you should look at Vo-Tech school or go be a farmer like your dad. Good luck getting into college." Handed me the thing, and I'm looking at it, and I go, well, okay, I have no idea what Vo-Tech school is. And I knew I couldn't be a farmer like my dad because I had asthma. So I had a choice to make. I decided to take the test again my senior year. Lo and behold, I took the test, got the same score of 7. And if any of you know ACT, the score of 7 is not 70%. It's a score of 1 to 36. And so by my calculation, that's actually 19%. So here I am, knowing I could not work on the farm, and I'm like, I really want to go to college. So I found a college that did not accept the ACT exam. I was awarded a college scholarship of $200 because I was an FFA officer, and I went to Snow College. After my first quarter of college, and failing miserably, I took 2 years off. I came back to college at a different university, and I was assigned an advisor named Dr. Hibbert. Dr. Hibbert sat me down. He says, "It doesn't matter where you came from or what grade you have. What matters most is what you do at this present time." And he says, "I recommend you go and take a class called Introduction to Medicine. This will allow you to know what field you want to go into." Well, I wanted to be an allergenist and find a cure for asthma. That was a desire of mine. So I went and visited an allergenist. Then I went to a physical therapist, but there was something missing on both of those. And then one evening while I was dissecting the human body, and I dissected from the head to the toe, and I was dissecting the foot, Dr. Hibbert happened to walk in, and he goes, "Hey, have you ever considered being a podiatrist?" I'm like, "Well, what's that?" And he says, "Well, it's a specialist that works on the feet and ankles. And remembering I broke my ankle in the 8th grade, I'm like, okay, I'll look into it. And I called up a podiatrist, asked if I could observe, and they allowed me to come in for the morning. At that moment, I knew what I wanted to do. Which is the reason why I didn't walk at my graduation. I knew my goal in life was not met yet. And so I had to enroll in a university. And kind of ironically, the same university that laughed at me when I got my ACT score in high school is the same university that's now accepted me to finish up my university. I interviewed for the medical school, got accepted, and I was in my last semester of school. And then lo and behold, my advisor calls me in and says, hey, Glenn, they just changed the requirements to your zoology degree. You're required now to take this genetics course, but it's only offered in the fall. So I'm like, does that mean I have to stay another year? And I called up the medical school and said, hey, here's my situation. And they said they'd get back with me. Well, the good thing is they said to come on out. So I didn't have to stay another year for that class, but I went out and head to medical school. I told Dean Cullen that I keep it simple and short, so I'm not going to tell you everything that happened in medical school, but believe me, there were days and nights that I didn't want to get out of bed. There were moments when I thought to myself, is this really worth it? And then I remembered a saying that I always kept in my memory from a professor at college, at Rick's College. He says, when you're faced with a life challenge, look at it as another way in which you can excel. So you graduates here today, there's some of you that may have no idea what tomorrow brings. There's some of you that are going to go on and get further your education. There's some of you that are going to go right into the workforce. But what I can tell you, I've been where you're at. Don't let anybody, and I mean anybody, steal your dreams. You can be, do, and have anything you set your mind to. Remember, success is only one thought away. Congratulations, and thank you.
Hang on. I have the pleasure of introducing our student speakers for this evening. First, representing the San Carlos campus is Selena Marie Curley. Selena is a resident of Peridot, one of the districts on the San Carlos Apache Reservation. She attended the majority of her classes at Gila Community College's San Carlos campus, but also attended classes at the Gila Pueblo campus and Eastern Arizona College. While attending classes in San Carlos, Selena was employed by Gila Community College as an assistant in student services at the San Carlos campus. The experience working and learning with GCC has been so rewarding for Selena. She can truly say that it is never too late and is worth all the sacrifice and dedication to earn a degree in higher education. After receiving her degree, she plans to continue her education, and that is to seek a bachelor's degree in English. Please welcome Selena Marie Curley.
Good evening, everyone. Faculty, board members, everyone, thank you for this wonderful evening. Thank you to Dr. Cullen, Dean Patricia Burke, and Marcella James for all the support in helping to bring this moment to fruition to the 2017 graduating class of Gila Community College. Congratulations, each and every one of you. I believe we have all come a little closer to fulfilling a part of the purpose of our existence. We have learned that trials and errors cannot and should not hinder us. that the moment we had to choose to endure or to give up, we all chose to press on because of someone's love or because of the love we had for someone. We've had our cheerleaders, whether it was the voice of a parent or maybe it was the hug of your own child. It was enough to keep us looking forward and moving forward. Instead of letting obstacles pull us down, we turned them into stepping stones. A week ago, I had the humble privilege of sitting at Gila Community College's San Carlos campus's cap and gown event. There were 12 graduates who shared their personal stories and their struggles with a small group of family and staff. Their paths took them not only through the joys of learning and reaching their dreams, but it also took them through loss and hardship and tribulation. The loss of mothers, fathers, grandparents, sickness, and tragedies so immense that years later it was still hard for them to share their stories with us without shedding tears. And as they held their cap and gowns in their arms, they shared their strength of getting through and making it day by day. It touched me and amazed me to know that despite the hardships, you all found courage and purpose to continue to walk into the classroom and to continue on. I have to say that living on a reservation, we deal with so many obstacles and barriers are everywhere. Living on a reservation, it seems like opportunities are far and few between, and the doors close fast and not always in a gentle way. But as our 12 students spoke that night, I realized that we have some very strong, determined people in our midst. Hope sprang forth in my heart, and we all need that hope in all of our citizens of mixed faith and courage. It is that kind of courage that this country needs right now. It is the educated sons, daughters, mothers, fathers, brothers, sisters that unite and believe not only in themselves, but believe in the people in their community and in all the communities around us, that they believe in them, in the communities that they live in. People that understand that educating ourselves, it betters the lives of everyone around us. And tonight I see hope right in front of me, and I am so thankful for it. I would like to leave my fellow graduates with a few words. In my hand, a key has been placed. Might I remember it opens doors. And for the doors that close behind me, may I always be aware that another will open. Congratulations to each one of you, and I hope that the young people in this audience will continue their education and understand that every step that you take in this life, as long as you're going forward, is a good step. And thank you to the Gila Community College. I want to thank them for the campus that was out in the San Carlos Reservation. It helped so many community members, and I thank you for your support in our small little reservation. Thank you, and you all have a good evening.
Our next student is Tashayla Faith Bennett, our valedictorian representing the Gila Pueblo campus. Tashayla is a proud Apache woman of both the San Carlos and White Mountain Apache tribes. She was raised by a strong, hardworking single mother who instilled in her that education, hard work, and perseverance are the keys to success. She is a mother of two, a supportive spouse, an aunt, and a sister. Her hard work and dedication made her an inductee of the Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society in spring of 2016. Now in 2017, a graduate with an Associate's in General Studies, and she will be continuing her education in nutritional science at Arizona State University. Please join me in welcoming Tashayla Faith Bennett.
Good evening. Good evening, distinguished guests, faculty, friends, family, and my fellow members of class of 2017. First thing I would like to say is congratulations, we did it. Secondly, thank you for allowing me to speak at such a momentous occasion. I stand before you today as a representation of each of us. I'd like to express a heartfelt gratitude and commend you, class of 2017, on our achievements. I was asked to speak about the future, but I think what is most important is the present. We shape our future by the decisions we make now. Today is an important day for all of us. Some of us will decide to pursue higher education while others will enter the workforce. Our achievement was built on day-to-day decisions as we handed in our assignments, studied for finals, and ultimately passed our classes. We built our future on those decisions. Today we reap the reward of the hard work and dedication, the sweat and tears, our love and fears that got us to this commencement ceremony. Today is the day we worked so hard for, the day we've been dreaming of and hoping would come. We studied hours, burning the midnight oil, cried tears of joy and sadness simultaneously, sat through lectures that we weren't sure were ever going to end. And some of us made it here despite the hardships some can only imagine, and persevered to make our dreams a reality. I am like most of you. I began my college journey in the fall of 2015. Some of you knew instantly your career paths and future plans, while some of us might be still pondering the idea of what the future holds for us. At the time of my enrollment, I was a mom of a newborn and a preschooler, and when I enrolled in college, I knew I was obligated to learn how to juggle being a full-time student and a full-time mom while working full-time. I was a bundle of mixed emotions, but mostly anxious of my success in pursuing an education. I was a little resentful of all the people who seemed to have their future figured out. But as time passed, I realized we were all in this together, a little unsure, but hopeful in our future. Some of the things that forced me to give thought to my future career was the day-to-day things I encountered. For instance, one day as I sat in the doctor's office pregnant with my second child, I watched the nurses work, running back and forth between patients, doing labs, accommodating those that were waiting, and I thought I would not be able to poke a vein precisely, or let alone be kind when I felt frustrated with a patient. Later on, I attended my son's preschool class, which had about 15 kids who all had something that was very, very, very important to tell me at the same time. And I thought I would not have the patience to do what teachers do, handling students at different ages and various learning methods. But the one thing in common they both possessed was love. It gave them the ability to continue to do their job in a caring, nurturing manner. Steve Jobs once said, "Your work is going to fill a large part of your life, and the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work. And the only way to do great work is to love what you do." I can't stand here and say that I have it figured out because I, like you, am still unsure of what the future holds. What I can say today is I'm making a choice to continue learning, to reach for whatever knowledge is out there, to continue to grow and prosper, to find what I love and to honor it by learning all I can about it, to pass on, when I can, my knowledge and share it with anyone that wants to learn. I encourage each of you to do the same. Our greatest lesson is that we still have a lot to learn, so press on, my fellow graduates. A special thank you to our educators who have honed and polished the skills and given us the foundation of this milestone today to continue on. Good luck to us all in all that we pursue as we come together for a last hurrah, an ending to one journey and a beginning of many more. I ask that you remember to never be afraid to ask questions, because it is important to remain devoted to learning more about the world, about ourselves, and how we can improve both. We leave knowing the immense power and knowledge of being graduates, use it to challenge others and to change the world. Thank you.
Well, at this time, we will recognize our Certificate of Proficiency recipients. Sure. Yes. It's okay. Just wing it. Wing it. Or just. No, no. They're all just letters, so they're okay. Thank you. Our first Certificate of Proficiency earner is Fire Science Level 1, Alicia Scheidister. For Fire Science Level 1, Adolfo Ortiz. Congratulations. Fire Science Level 1, Levi Teague. For Graphic Design, Lauren Pena. For Graphic Design, Jordan Alden. Graphic Design, Courtney Johnson. For Medical Coding and Billing, Jessica McEldowney. Medical Coding and Billing, Tashina Smith. Medical Coding and Billing, Denise Madrid. Medical Coding and Billing, Jennifer Nieto. Medical Coding and Billing, Cheyenne Gregg. Medical Coding and Billing, Tova Vargas. Medical Coding and Billing, Brittany A. Henderson. Medical Coding and Billing, Linda Hunter. Medical Coding and Billing, Gloria Mull. Nursing Assistant, Anessa Astor. Nursing Assistant, Cassandra Baltiera. Nursing Assistant, Asia Cordova. Nursing Assistant, Jake Chesley. Nursing Assistant, Ashley Myers. Nursing Assistant, Caitlin Hansen. Welding Technology, Katarina Goins. Welding Technology, Samuel Ogren. And Welding Technology, Jaden Robles. Yes. All right, at this time, we will recognize our 2017 graduates. Associate of Applied Science, Fire Science, and also the Certificate of Proficiency, Fire Science Level 2, Garrett Gazian. Associate of Applied Science, Fire Science, Certificate of Proficiency, Fire Science Level 1 and Level 2, Justin A. Lawrence. Associate of Applied Science, Fire Science, Certificate of Proficiency, Fire Science Level 1 and Level 2, Servando Allen Henry. Associate of Applied Science, Fire Science, Certificate of Proficiency, Fire Science Level 1 and Level 2, Amber F. Gale. Associate of Applied Science and Nursing, Certificate of Proficiency, Licensed Practical Nurse, Nicole Lynn Rennan. Associate of Applied Science Nursing, Certificate of Proficiency, Licensed Practical Nurse, Kayla Marie Phillip. Associate of Applied Science Nursing, Certificate of Proficiency, Licensed Practical Nurse, Amber Marie Bauer. Associate of Applied Science, Nursing, Certificate of Proficiency, Licensed Practical Nurse, Angelica R. Bravo. Associate of Applied Science, Nursing with Honors, Certificate of Proficiency, Licensed Practical Nurse, Courtney A. Campagna. Associate of Applied Science, Nursing, Kayla Sheree Wilson. Associate of Applied Science, General Studies, Nursing, ECE BAS track with high honors, Certificate of Proficiency, Licensed Practical Nurse, Kaylee B. Peary. Associate of Applied Science, Nursing, Certificate of Proficiency, Licensed Practical Nurse, Sage Megan Phillips. Associate of Applied Science Business with Honors, Certificate of Proficiency Bookkeeping, Nicole Lynn Weaver. Associate of Applied Science General Technical Studies, Sally Shorten Hook. Associate of Applied Science Business, Sandra D. Burdette. Associate of Arts, Administration of Justice, David Wayne Miller, Jr. Associate of Applied Science, General Technical Studies, Certificate of Proficiency Nursing Assistant, Leanna M. Gordine. Associate of Applied Science, General Studies, Raven Gale Kitchion. Associate of Applied Science, General Technical Studies, Certificate of Proficiency, Phlebotomy, Ambrosia Marie Sims. Associate of Applied Science, General Technical Studies, Certificate of Proficiency, Medical Coding and Billing, Crystal J. Guerrero. It's okay. I'm awake. Associate of General Studies, Leslie Arlette Mora. Associate of General Studies with high honors, Tashayla Faith Bennett. Where's your card? Where? Oh. Selena Marie Curley, Associate of Applied Science and General Studies. Associate of General Studies, Natasha Faye Harris. Associate of General Studies, Joseph David Smith. Associate of Business, Business Administration with honors, Gregory Troy Becker. Associate of Applied Science, General Technical Studies, Bethany Collette Rose. Associate of Applied Science, General Technical Studies, Helena Faye Juan. Associate of General Studies with Honors, Charlotte Ann Williams. Hug. Associate of General Studies, Trevor Lance Chapman. Associate of Arts, Administration of Justice, Adrian Michael Villegas. Associate of General Studies, Molly Mae Louise Griffin. Associate of General Studies, Alyssa Michelle Griffin. And that concludes all of our graduates. Okay, graduates, please stay standing. And at this time, we would like for the graduates and certificate earners to please take this moment to turn around and look at all your family and friends and give them a big, warm, heartfelt thank you for their support. Also, it's customary at this time to make sure that all graduates have their tassels on the right side. And if all of you would please, at the same time, take it from the right to the left. Congratulations, class of 2017. Graduates, everyone please remain standing, and any of those who need to stand, please do, for the benediction with Francine Benton Gregovich.
Let's bow our heads, please. On this day of your graduation, may God's blessing rest upon you. May His love light up your life. May hope spring from your hearts as you look towards tomorrow. May your days be filled with great adventures and discoveries, and may you live, love, and give your best to the glory of our eternal Father. Amen. Congratulations.
Well, this concludes our 2017 commencement ceremonies. Again, congratulations to each and every one of you. You've worked hard, you've earned it, so please enjoy the rest of your special evening and be safe.